I mean, you look great, but that's not something.
Pardon me?
Like, you look great in that, but like you're saying, if you have two colors, it's gonna chop you up a little bit. But
Right.
you don't look chopped.
Well, no, if I just had on, let's say, black pants and a white shirt, and it stopped here, visually, I would have a line that stopped here. It would cut me in half here. So I would look a little shorter and a little wider because you've got that horizontal line that goes there. So if you just dress in one color, for instance, if you wore a nice burgundy tunic and sort of a darker burgundy pair of pants and a long necklace, you'd look long and lean, tall and thin. So every horizontal break makes you look tall, shorter, and wider.
So what do you wear with jeans?
Oh, I wear jeans almost every day. I had to take mine off to come here tonight because I thought you all would think I didn't dress up enough for you. But I wear everything with jeans. I wear this blazer with faded out jeans and a pair of black strappy sandals, anything. Jeans work for everything.
It's hard to be monochromatic.
Right. So you wear, like, let's say you're going to wear dark jeans and a dark shirt and maybe a vest of a different color because you're leaving that darkness here. So think of one tone straight down. And then you can put an accent of a scarf or a vest or a sweater over it. But always think about if that's your goal and you want to look taller and thinner, always get one color or one tone, top to bottom.
What about,
Thank you.
you know, now all the tops are longer.
Yes, they
What
are.
do you have to consider? How far should it be? Like, I'm 5'4".
Right.
Like, how far should you consider? I mean, like,
The best thing to remember is if you're petite, I think it's 5'4" and under is considered petite, is to show as much leg as possible. So if you're 5'2", 5'4", you want your jackets to stop right at the place where your leg starts or a little bit above. So that you're not, if the jacket's here and all you see is this part of your legs kind of look just that long. I saw a terrible example recently of a young lady had on a white oversized jacket and white sort of wide leg pants that were cropped and black high heel shoes, sandals of some sort. Her legs looked like they were this long. Visually, she just chopped her body up in little pieces and her legs were losers. They looked really short. So I was like, I wanted to use that example, but I didn't want to be mean. But it wasn't working for her at all. If she just left off the pants altogether and wore nude shoes with the oversized jacket, which was almost like a dress, she would have looked fabulous. But by adding that chopping effect of those cropped pants are really dangerous. They're really hard to wear. I'm sure you've noticed the ladies that in the summertime, and I was guilty of this too before I stood back and took a look at what I was doing wrong and said, oh, I can't believe I did that. Cropped pants, capris, whatever, that stop at the widest part of your leg, and then you have the nerve to wear flip-flops and a flowered shirt. Not a pretty sight. I did that. And I think I wore a necklace too.
So tell us what you should wear.
Okay, long line all the way. If you've got shorter legs like me, I don't wear cropped pants. If I do, I wear high heels, platforms, something to give me some length, to lengthen it up. And I wear a sort of a top that comes, depending on how tight the pants are. If you're going to wear leggings or anything tight, this bottom has got to be covered. Leggings are not pants, promise. So your tunic has to come down below your bottom if you're going to wear tight-fitting pants, always. It just, trust me, it works better that way.
what do you have to consider? Like, I'm real long-waisted.
You're long-waisted, so visually you want to cut your body. You could wear like white pants, and that elongates the lower part of your body, and a darker, say, maybe a burgundy blouse, not tuck it in, but a shorter one with a waistcoat style. It kind of stops here, so that you're elongating the bottom part and stopping just right here. So you're lucky you can wear belts and other things, whereas if you're short-waisted, you have to, like, for instance, if your waist is short, then you need to wear something that comes down in the same color to elongate visually where your waist is, not where it actually is, but make it look like it's a little lower so that you're more balanced. So, for example, because I have shorter legs and a longer torso, I often wear like white pants with a nude sandal that's got a heel, and maybe a shorter little, if it's a jean type pants, a shorter dark jacket that minimizes this so that it's visually balanced a little bit better. Do you see what I'm saying? The line continues from here, and this gets minimized and kind of fades away. So you just see legs and high heels instead. Yes?
I have a question about shoe color.
Shoe color?
Yes.
Okay.
With pants.
Uh-huh.
Does it need to be the same color?
I love shoes. That's a great question. So if you want to look taller and thinner, pointed toe shoes visually elongate the leg and add a rounded toe. It shortens. It's not for me. So I don't own any rounded toe shoes unless somebody sent them to me for the blog and I show them and then I never wear them. But long, lean, pointed toes, if you can wear them, work the best. And if you show the top part of your foot, it's more flattering, more slimming. If you have a shoe that goes all the way up here and it's the same color as your pants, then it works great. You can do that. So I have a lot of those boots. I just try to do dark on dark. For instance, I don't wear my white jeans with black booties because it's too choppy. I would wear nude booties, a nude color. Nude, when I say nude, the color of your skin. Whatever the color of your skin is, that's your nude. And for some of us, it's going to be a pinkish tone. And for some of us, it's going to be more brown or yellow. It's amazing how many colors we have. But if you find the perfect pair of nude shoes, you will wear them to death because they'll go with everything.
But would you wear them with black pants?
Yeah, you can. If the black pants are wonderful and they come to the top of your foot and they're kind of pointy, you can still wear them. But I usually continue the line, the color line, all the way down if I can. Yeah. And your question, Pat?
Yes. Help for those of us that are broad in the beam.
Well, you've done a great job because you're drawing the interest up to your eye. You're keeping the same color tone all the way down. So you did a great job.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
And you stop at your most narrow part.
Mhm.
So if your narrow part is here, and then you go out from there, you go back to where the pants fall straight from your widest part, not hugging it. And then your top falls at the most narrow part of your body.
Which is
Like
like below
right.
the bulge.
No, I would say above a little bit,
Hmm.
but each individual, I think that's the perfect outfit for you. I noticed when you came in, all the colors, the tones work together, and the lines fall at the right place. So, yeah, if you just work, the emphasis should be on what is best for your body, each individual body. So,
Can we ask her to stand up?
yeah, stand up so we can see what you have on.
Yeah.
So she's got on a long necklace, a long V. Yeah.
Let's see, I got
And so you told us.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got this emphasis here is what we see. She's got a nice trim tummy, flat, and this perfectly camouflages the things you're not happy with. There you look nice.
Yeah, see, the rear end's covered.
When you expose a little bit of skin on your arm, you see how she just lost 5 pounds there? So normally, yeah, 3/4 sleeves, that's why I love these tops, that you can push up the sleeves or else they're 3/4 to start with. Because visually, see how that just shortening the sleeves visually makes you look a little taller and thinner.
Yeah.
Trust me, when I was 200 pounds and worked at Lane Bryant, I figured out all the tricks. What was did you know?
No, what she was wearing, she had like a tan top underneath.
Uh-huh.
And so she's not staying the same color. She could have put like
She's
a
the
brown.
same complementary tone all the way through. So if she had on,
What if she would have had tan pants on?
yeah,
That,
But-
the monochrome.
yeah, that would work too.
And
But
then-
because she's working with blocks of color that are so close and complementary, it's not a visual shock to see, like if she was wearing
Black and
red or
white.
pink or something, it would just be, and bright white would be a visual overload because it would be, that focus would be zoom right there to that.
Blended together.
But because you're working in a very small palette of colors that are complementary, they work together in so much in harmony that you don't notice one thing over another. You just notice the package looks nice.
She does
So
look nice.
like with black pants, I could wear like a gray?
Yes, yes, perfectly.
And then a black and white
Mhm.
jacket or something?
Yes. I have a silver gray tank top that I've been looking for a replacement because I wear it to death. Because if you have a pair of shoes or a handbag or a tank top that's almost the color of your hair, you'll wear it a lot because it matches you. It's complimentary to you. I've carried that bag till it's embarrassing. And I have maybe 20 handbags, but I always go to that one. And I don't realize it goes sort of with my hair, and that's why it kind of matches every outfit because it goes so well with my core. So.
What about colored shoes? You know, like, I've got some red shoes and I never know what to put them, you know.
Yeah,
do
just
you
use
have do you have to have something to
Well,
tie
if you
together?
have kind of a neutral outfit,
Mhm.
like if you were wearing black and white,
Mhm.
and you had a black and white and red scarf, you could wear those red
you have to have
shoes as
something to tie
a little
together.
pop. Or just, you could just wear them by themselves. I don't have any red shoes, maybe I need to go shopping.
Well, no, I
But-
got them, I never wear them, because I think, well,
Yeah,
what do they, you know what,
so
I have
just
to have
put 'em on
something
with
to
it.
tie them together, or
Put
you
them
don't
with a
have
pair
to.
of jeans
Yeah.
and a black shirt, and just let them be the accent. So I usually used one statement piece, like this jangly silver necklace is my statement piece. So I didn't go with big rings or bracelets or big earrings. In fact, when I wear a necklace, I usually don't wear earrings, or I wear just enough to cover the hole. So big dangly earrings and a big dangly necklace, it's just a bit much going on in the same place. So if you wear glasses too, then you've got a lot going on right here, and you kind of get lost in all that. So I love accessories, and that's how I make my living, but I don't wear a lot of them at one time. I pick one special piece and let it be the focal point.
Mhm.
Does anybody else have a question?
Yeah, going back to the shoes.
Yeah?
I'm almost old enough to be your mother, and I can't wear those high heels anymore. What do we wear, you know, that are really classy looking dress shoes, but they have to be flat?
Right.
What would you suggest?
I have a few that are flat, and as long as they're sleek and they're not the puffy kind that add volume to your foot, so it looks like you're walking in, you know, a muffin. Some of those that you have to wear that are, you know, that the doctor prescribes or whatever, that's different. But if you have a sleek, supporting, slimline shoe that flatters your foot, even if it's flat, it's going to look fine. It's, you know, you go for comfort. Have you all seen those sandals that look like they're made out of an old tire? No. I don't know if anybody has any on. I'm sure they're very comfortable, but I just cannot make myself buy a pair. Cannot. But the one that flatters your foot, that's slim and fits well and supports your foot. I read the other day that flip-flops are worse for your feet than high heels are.
What about the material? Is patent more dressy or glossy?
Oh
more
yeah, you could
dressy?
do that, but a nice leather that's got a certain sheen to it can be very dressy. It doesn't have to be patent. In fact, I usually wear a patent in the spring, and that's about it. So, and suede in the fall, I don't know. I've always just thought of those materials as being for a certain season. Have you? So.
What about open toes? Like,
Oh, I have lots.
Are they dressier?
Sure.
You
You
think?
could do, if you have a little bit of like a wedge
Uh-huh.
heel and an open toe, that works well too.
Okay.
I've seen lots of nice ones. Morel makes some nice sandals that are kind of strappy, wide strappy sandals, and they have a little wedge heel, and they can look very nice. Yeah. So
What length should you consider with your dress pants? I mean, where should they come to on your shoes?
just on the top of your foot. So not breaking on the top of your foot and to the back, almost like a man, to the bottom of the top part of your heel, like the heel of your shoe, and then break slightly on the top of your foot. Unless you're wearing ankle pants. There's so many different styles of pants now, it's kind of hard to say, oh, this is correct, because you'll see everything now. So it's what's appropriate for your body and your lifestyle, and what makes you feel pretty and powerful and comfortable, then that's what's appropriate for you. So no matter what the fashion stylists tell you, if they dress you and you're not happy in it and you're not comfortable, then it's not really right for you. Does anybody else have a question?
I do. If you buy rings, then should you buy them like a half a size
Or snowshoes.
Snowshoes.
Size bigger.
Yeah, because I would think so, because you're gonna be wearing probably big, thick socks with them. That's my thought, so, I don't have any rain boots, but I
I
would
used to
think.
have the ones that went over the shoe.
Oh, over your shoes. Oh, those are
when you
good.
were growing up.
Are you from Alaska?
Little.
I'm from Alaska, and
Salt
she
girl.
explained to me what those are, I didn't know.
Pennsylvania.
What are they called?
No, I was from Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay, Pennsylvania, yeah, you need some snowshoes up there. We rarely get snow here.
What about makeup?
Makeup, good, I love makeup. What do you want to know about
Well,
makeup?
as you get older, you tend to want
Too much is too much, really, yes.
less is more.
Yes. The one, if I go without very much makeup at all, the one thing I will do is do the upper line on the water line to darken, because we totally lose our color as we get older. And so you've got to darken, fill in your eyebrows a little bit, and do that water line, because as we get older, that the eyelashes kind of turn up, and this shows more, that water line underneath your eyelashes. So if you fill that in with a little crayon or a little bit of dark eyeliner underneath the eyelashes, then you just look more awake and youthful and rested. So I always do that, at least that, and mascara. And lipstick is magical. We need a little brighter lipstick as we get older, don't you think?
A bit brighter, huh?
A little brighter. Browns and nudes, they feel good and they look pretty up close, but you need, you know, like a little bit of red. And what I do with lipstick, instead of, because we have to be careful, because after a certain age it starts traveling and going places we don't want it to go. So I start with a lip liner that's the same color as the lipstick I'm going to wear. And then I carefully line my lips the way they are, and then I fill in the whole thing. Then I blot with a paper, tissue, and then I put a little bit of lipstick on with a lip brush, keeping it all very neat, and then I blot again so that it stains my lips rather than sitting on my lips and moving all around and going where I don't want it to. So even if I forget to put lip gloss on later on in the evening, I may still have a little bit on still. It'll still be a stain on there, but not a mess. Did you have a question?
Talk a little more about what a water line is. I've never heard of it.
Water line is where, like, you see there's no eyelashes. There's just a line of skin there that goes up to, that's called a water line.
You're talking about the lower lashes?
Upper and lower.
Okay.
I don't put anything on the lower lashes because it can look kind of harsh. If you put eyeliner down there, to me it just looks, you know, a little hard. So I don't do anything down there. I just do maybe a little bit of brown shadow, faded away, blended so that you can barely see it, just a little bit.
How do you find? I have 2 different kinds of eyeliner, and I can't get anything to go on. I don't know if it's my eye or something, it just doesn't go under where you're talking about. You know.
If you lift up your eyelid and you're
Uh-huh.
going underneath the eyelashes,
Right.
there's a little row of skin there
Right.
where the eyelashes are coming out.
But I mean, the
That's where I
pencil
put
that-
my eyeliner, on that water line. So, and you can go back over that on the top of the lashes later if you can put a little line. But here's another tip. If you have a hard time with eyeliner, just paint it on there any way you want, best you can do. Then take a Q-tip and get it wet and go across and just take most of the excess off. You've got a nice straight line. You can take off the end where you want.
But I mean, I have trouble getting it to go on to start with. I mean, I've tried 2 or 3, and I just can't ever get it to go on my.
It won't go in your skin?
Yeah,
Are you using a liquid or a pencil?
a pencil.
Oh, I don't have a very good luck with pencils either. I use a liquid Almay. It comes in a little bottle, and you just draw it on like a magic marker. You get as much as you want, and then you just draw a line.
Okay.
And if it gets smudged up a little bit, you just use the Q-tip
Oh.
trick, and you can take off the excess, and you get a nice line without too much mess.
At the beginning of the talk, you said something about Mr. Nicky.
Mr. Nicky.
Mr. Nicky took photographs, like you put your clothes on and you took pictures and then you looked at them and said, "Yay or
Oh,
nay?"
he was from day one. We've been dating for almost 10 years, and he has been wonderful. But he always wanted to take my pictures. When he would come to pick me up, he would go, "Oh, you look so pretty. Let me take your picture. I have to have a picture." This was like the first date. I was like, okay. And then later, this was before we had the digital camera, and I would see it online. But sometimes he has, like at his house, he has photo albums of me when we first started dating and some of the outfits, and I look back at those and I think, what was I thinking? I look terrible, but he was going, oh, you look so pretty. He's been really good for my ego.
Were you already thin then?
Pardon me?
Were you already thin then?
I was about the size I am now when we met, and then my business started growing, and I started working. Like, I would get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and work all day long, and then we would have a date, and I would quit and get dressed, and we would go out on our date, and I'd come home and work a little bit more, and then I'd sleep 3 or 4 hours, and then I would get up at 3 o'clock and do it all again. And I started being very unhealthy, and we were going out to eat every night. He was spoiling me, so we would go out and have a nice dinner, and I would eat and then go to bed and not get any exercise at all because I was just working. So of course, the weight just piled on. So
He's seen you thin, not thin?
yes, he's seen me, and we have a picture on the blog of me when I was at my heaviest, and then my friend Pauline, that has Covered Perfectly, took one of my current pictures and put side by side, and everybody says, that looks like your mother, it doesn't look like you. Yes, the old picture, it was taken about 5 or 6 years ago, 6 years ago I guess, and I actually look 20 years older than I do now. So
How about taking a suet date of your eating?
a day of my eating. If you go to my blog at the top, there's a tab for Live Well, I think it is. I invented the best breakfast ever. I did the research of all the things that are healthiest on earth, and it's grains, seeds, nuts, and fresh fruits, oats, lots of things. There's like 20 different ingredients. And I use almond milk to cook it. It all started as a premise of oatmeal with fruit on top, but then I took it way over the top. So I make up a batch of this like on Monday and maybe on Thursday. And then I have a little bowl warmed up every morning with almond milk again. And then whatever fresh fruits are in season, I cut up fresh fruits on top. And I have either hot green tea or some more almond milk with it, and maybe a piece of ancient green Rudis bread with some hot pepper jelly for a treat sometimes, not very often. But I never eat white bread, you know, all the waffles and things like that, because within an hour I'm hungry. But if I eat that magic breakfast I told you about, I call it Susan's Power Porridge, I can go to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon before I get hungry, because I'm eating things that are actually nutritious, that my body can use as fuel and as energy, rather than just storing it because it doesn't know what to do with it. Does everybody know what high fructose corn syrup is?
Bad.
You know, yeah, terrible. Well, in the 70s when they came out with this, remember, I saw a video the other day of Asheville, North Carolina, and it was taken in the 50s, I think. Everybody was small. This was before high fructose corn syrup. It is not our fault. But everybody was thin. I mean, everybody. And now you're hard pressed to find somebody that's too thin, because our food is so bad for us. Normally, if you go, I don't buy much of anything at the grocery store. I go to the organic vegetables, and I get vegetables and fruits and almond milk and things like that. And I'm never hungry. I'm honestly rarely ever hungry unless we're out gallivanting around the countryside and we haven't eaten in 7 hours. Then I might get a little hungry. But because I eat foods that are dense in nutrition, I don't have that. I need some more sugar, fat, and salt within 2 hours. So that's the key. If you eat a lot of processed foods, meaning it comes in a box, a bag, or a can, or if it's got a commercial, it's probably not good for you. So, does anybody else have a question? I appreciate you guys so much for coming to hear me today. Do you have a question again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about hair. Your hair looks absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
But I know myself and my friends, our hair is thinning.
Mine is really thinning.
What do you do to get the puff?
Nothing.
Oh.
Now, here's what I did. A few years ago, if you look at the blog, you'll see me with a newscaster hair. It's all, you know, blow dry, straight, and sleek, and I thought that was what I was supposed to do. My hair is naturally curly. And I got a good cut.
Yeah, you do.
And I just went today to get a cut. And she puts a glaze on it. It's not colored. It's just a sealant, a glaze that makes it not look quite so ashy, and give me just a little bit of depth, and it's like a deep conditioner thing, but it's a glaze. And then when I wash my hair, I just comb it in place and let it dry naturally, air dry. And then when it's all done, I'll show you my comb.
Why did you go?
I just pick it out and let it go, and that's it. So if you work, I stopped working against my hair because it was so thin. I actually went and bought one of those little wiglet things that go on top, because it was, I mean, you could see a lot of scalp because, you know, after menopause, a lot of things change. So, yeah, and then I decided, well, I'm just going to try it one time and see how it looks. Everybody who saw me said, "You look 10 years younger." Well, of course I'm going to keep doing it like this. So, yeah, just work with what your hair naturally wants to do. That's the best thing I can tell you, is get a good stylist who can cut your hair to flatter your face shape. And then let your hair do what it wants to do naturally. Don't fight with it, because the more you do to it, the more you're going to lose it, the thinner it's going to get, and the more it's going to fight with you. So that's what I say. You've got gorgeous hair. I love it. So,
I read an article about, is your hairstylist holding you back?
yes.
Because, and I got to looking at everybody in the shop, they all look the same. They all had the same haircut. And she did too.
I used to go to a stylist when I lived in Virginia Beach, and I could see ladies in the mall, and I'd go, she goes to Chrissy, because she cut the same style on everybody. And then I got to the point where I could recognize the same facelifts. They would do the same, you know, they do the same thing. So you need to find somebody who can do something unique for you and your face shape and the texture and the shape of your hair, what it naturally does.
Is that an old lady here?
No, that's what I told the lady when I went to this girl that I've been going to for a while. I said, I don't want that old lady cut because it was just too blunt. Oh, if you see pictures on the blog of me, you're going to laugh. Because it looks, the people write to me and they say, you're aging in reverse. And I said, because I stopped fighting with things, I stopped trying to make my body do things it didn't want to do. I was fighting with my hair to try to make it straight, and I was fighting with my body to try to be thin and stick straight, and I just learned to dress it